Greetings and welcome to this video series on how to set up your proper sales funnel. Have you ever purchased a product such as a resale rights product, private label rights product, or any type of product with some sort of resale rights? You're given the product files, the sales page, and the license, but you just don't know what to do with it. Most people, they buy the product and they let it sit on their computer and start to collect dust. Now in this video series, I'm going to teach you how to tackle that problem. How to take any type of resale rights product with a sales page, how to create a download page if you're not provided with it, how to set it up so that you can start selling it. We'll show you how to ensure that you have all the legal documentation before you start promoting it, then how to set up the download pages and the sales page so that you can automatically take in PayPal payments, how to automate your process so that once somebody buys the product from you, then they're instantly directed to the download page so you don't have to intervene and do it all manually. What I'm going to show you is how to save time, but at the same time, tackle the problem here. In this first video, you'll learn what you need to know beforehand to speed up the process of setting up files later on. So I'm going to teach you what you need to know first as far as the concepts that you need to understand, the key elements, and most importantly, the tools that we will be using. To make sure that you have those tools beforehand, we'll actually start to move into the video series. Once we do that, we can move at a faster rate, not only saving you time, but at the same time, you can learn easy shortcuts that can get you to your goal quicker. So with that said, let me show you what you need to know. Before we get into the meat of this video series, we're going to need a few things. You're going to need an access to a resale rights product. You're also going to need access to the files, the license, and a sales page. If you're not provided with a download or a thank you page, I'll actually show you how you can create your own within a few minutes. But these three things are very important: the files, especially the license, and the sales page. And I emphasize the license because you want to make sure that you have true rights to resell the product. And a good way to do that is to research it or go to a reputable resale rights product membership site or even contact the owner. A lot of times I see this, even for my own sites, that somebody takes one of the products, even I created or somebody else created, and they don't even read the license, and they make their own interpretation of the license, which isn't good. And we want to make it as safe as possible so that you save your behind. And I'll dive into that a little more in the future videos. The second thing you're going to need is a WYSIWYG tool. What WYSIWYG tool means is what you see is what you get HTML web tool. Basically, an easy understanding is that it's a HTML tool or web tool that allows you to edit web pages. So if you've used programs like Microsoft Word or WordPad, then it's a very, very similar aspect to that. Now, of course, if you don't know what NVU is and you would like to download it, I would prefer that you go to Google and just simply type in NVU. And you can go to the page here by clicking NVU at the top. It's at nvu.com. You can enter the NVU site, and here it is. You just simply click on Downloads and download whatever version that is compatible to your operating system. For my operating system, I'm using Windows, so I'd simply download this and install it. Third thing you need is a zipping program. You can use either WinRAR, WinZip, or you can use the default Windows zipper. So if you don't have a zipping program, basically what a zipping program is it takes the files, if they're not zipped already, and zips them up so that when your customers download them, it's a universal thing for Windows. I personally use WinRAR because it's a very easy tool to use, but you can still use the default Windows zipper. If you want to know where WinRAR is, Simply use the same technique. Go to google.com, type in WinRAR, and you'll find it at rarlab.com. Next, you're going to need access to a PayPal account, because we're actually going to use PayPal within this video series. I chose PayPal mainly because I use it and it's a great way to automate your payment buttons, so that when the customer purchases the product, you can instantly redirect them to the download page if and only if they paid. And of course, you're going to need an FTP program. It's a file transfer protocol. What that means is it allows you to upload the files that you create on your computer up to your website. FTP or cPanel File Manager. I'll show you both. I actually prefer to use the cPanel File Manager just because that's easier. And of course, you're going to need your brain to learn. It's just that simple. Once you have access to all of these tools, when you actually implement your sales funnel, it's going to make life so much easier. But when you're viewing this video, you can either do that or you can watch through it. Feel free to pause it at any time. Let's move on to the next video where we choose a real-life resale rights product and look through it, the files, license, and etc. And once we choose that product, we will begin the setup process.